and then I eat it, and it's kind of eating pie for breakfast is like eating donuts. Like it's beforehand, you're like, ooh, that sounds good, like something sweet and delicious. And then you eat it and you're like, fucking now I need to just go reconsider a lot of decisions I've made in my life because I don't feel good now. It's way too much sugar first thing in the morning.
I don't know what it is about donuts, but they fuck me up.
Yeah, I don't eat them very often because they like I eat one and then I just feel kind of sick to my stomach afterwards.
Yeah,
I feel like it,
almost immediately.
yeah, that's
They're
kind of
so
how I feel right
tasty.
now. They are.
They're like cotton candy, but with more bread.
I don't like the fact that when I eat sugar that I can feel my brain light up. You know, it's not good. It's like this first sign of addiction when you're doing something and you feel like your whole the inside of your head come alive as soon as
Mhm.
like the thing hits your taste buds. You're like, oh, this is not a good sign. I should not be this wired for sugar.
Yeah,
But it
it's like
happens, man.
like if you see like little kids running around like mad, that's
You're
that's the
like,
same feeling.
that's sugar brain right there. That kid lit up like a fucking Christmas tree.
I fucking get it. What was that song you were singing before we started recording?
The Happy Holidays one? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It was playing on the radio the other day, and it's been stuck in my. I just like the guy's like baritone voice that he sings in.
Happy
Happy
holiday.
holidays. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to
And the Christmas
you.
bells keep ringing.
Mm.
Happy holidays
It is very, very deep.
to you.
It's
It is
so
Christmas
deep.
Day. Look at
It
that. We're
is
recording on Christmas
motherfucking
Day. That's how dedicated we are.
Christ's goddamn birthday, 12/20 fucking 5. And we're celebrating on fucking Zoom. I almost said
Mm-hmm.
Skype. Never really used Skype, but
Yeah, I
it's
used
like
it a little bit at work, but
it's like Kleenex. You use it to wipe your butt.
that's what you use Kleenex for. I'm more of a Charmin guy. Kleenex I usually save for my face,
No,
but
I quadruple ply that Kleenex and I
mm-hmm.
just it
Just
falls apart.
really
Falls apart
you
immediately.
strike me as like a deep wiper too. Like you probably
Yeah.
sort of tuck
I'm
it
a
into
finger
your
wiper.
and then
Like
you
I
really
finger
slide it.
myself while wiping.
Oh,
That's how
okay.
deep it goes.
Hey, who's to judge? You probably have the cleanest
Everybody.
asshole in the land, man. If you're
I've got the cleanest asshole in the land. I'm a finger wiper. Hello, look at it. No, look at it.
no,
Nobody, there's no contest, but I want people to know. He keeps going around telling everybody he's got the cleanest butthole, but nobody cares, and he keeps forcing us to look.
we just we just
And
let
he
him have
does.
we just let him have the title because we don't really want to dispute it, you know.
Oh, look at my butthole.
They see you
Ah.
coming in like down the store aisle and they're like, that's
Mm.
Joe. He has the cleanest asshole in the land. Don't ask why.
You wouldn't
And then
know
you
from looking, but I just pooped. But I'm an excellent wiper.
I'm so fresh right now.
Oh, no bidet or anything. I
Oh
don't
man.
need bidets.
Bidets, what are those for the French
Where we're going,
assholes?
we don't need bidets. I have
Not when I've got this little guy.
this. I spit on my Kleenex and I finger my butthole. And now it's clean. I mean,
This
it's
is
got.
Peter, my pointer finger. He's the only comrade I need in the bathroom.
Yes. I use it for other things as well. Sometimes I use it
For
even.
pushing buttons.
Yes, yes. Typing on my typewriter. Writing my stories about my clean butthole. I'm also a fan fiction writer.
So you built your whole identity around it's just the cleanest butthole in the land.
Yes.
It's all you cared about. It's like your whole persona.
My superpower is I don't get hemorrhoids.
No straining for you, huh? That's good. That's good.
No.
Eat plenty of salad. It keeps the
Lots of
pipes chugging
fiber.
along.
I
Yes.
love fiber.
With fiber and caffeine, man. One makes it slippery, the other one keeps it solid, and bada bing, bada boom. It's one of those
Yes.
slip and slides on a hot
Yes.
summer day for your stool.
Yes. That helps with the cleanliness. It's like a slip and slide on a hot summer day. That's what I always say.
I appreciate the last episode. It was a long diatribe about tuxedo people
Oh yeah,
and
we did talk about
fish
that.
slapping vagina, and then this
I
time
remember
it's
that.
Your exceptionally clean
Happy
butthole.
holidays. Happy holidays.
Oh,
Happy
holidays.
holidays to you. I'm very torn about Christmas. I'm crying a little bit. It's okay. That's how torn I am.
Yeah,
I I like kind of hate it, and I also kind of wish I was part of it. It's kind of a what is that? Cognitive dissonance. I wish it
hmm
didn't exist, but since it does exist, it's like I want to celebrate.
hmm
But and I kind of did at work yesterday, but I was in a really bad mood at work yesterday. And I think
Oh.
I was in a really bad mood because it was Christmas Eve and I was like, I don't feel like I fit in to this whole thing. Everyone was like having a good time. We
hmm
had a secret Santa, we had like a potluck, and I just didn't want to be there. And I was just like, fuck this stupid fucking place for all this. Like it's weird because it's like work and then they're trying to have fun at work and it weirded me out. I've never worked at a place that like where everyone like celebrates stuff together like that.
Yeah.
And they know each other pretty well. And a lot of them worked there a long time. And they like, and I'm just new there. And I'm just like, I don't get why people are giving me things and now I got to buy them things. And
hmm
then I'm part of this thing. And a lot of it was really cool and they're really nice. And then some of it is like, also, I'm at work. Like,
Yeah.
let's just work,
Yeah.
get this fucking thing over with.
I want to work so I can go home and just be alone and miserable.
No, that's what I
That's
was like. The whole day was this like back and forth of us, like, I have no one and no one loves me. And
um
and I have no plans for this weekend. And it's supposed to be really, really snowy. So I'm like, I might not be able to go anywhere. So I'm gonna go like just do some last minute like grocery shopping just so if I can. I don't know if anybody's open, but
yeah, Christmas is
I
always a
feel like I'm
crapshoot.
stuck.
No, I went and got stuff. We had a very small like Christmas gathering with some friends last night. That was it. Like we're not doing anything today. And so I like early last week I bought stuff for our Christmas dinner because I was like, oh God, I don't want to go to the store like a day or two before Christmas. It's gonna be fucking nuts with everybody doing their last minute shopping. Well, then we get all these winter advisory
I
warnings,
know.
and they're like, hey, like there's a lot of snow projected, and everybody should be prepared to be homebound for up to a week or two. Like follow all the, like suggested storm prep and all this stuff. And I'm like, fuck, now I gotta go to the fucking store because which is
Yep.
the one thing I was trying to avoid. Because I mean, Vanessa and I, since it's just the two of us, we just buy our groceries week to week. Like I don't have like a surplus of canned goods in a bunker somewhere. I just like I buy what we need for the week and then that's it. And so I was like, well, if it's really that bad, where I need to go buy groceries now so that we have fucking food next week. So then I ended up in a Safeway the night before Christmas Eve, and it was a fucking nightmare. It was so busy in there. Like I had to park in the very far back corner of the parking lot, which was
Yeah.
my first bad sign. And then when I got in there, it was just so busy. Like you just shuffled into this line that followed the store, like just up and
Oh
down the
wow.
aisles, and you just had to try to grab stuff and
As
hope that
you're
you
in the
didn't
line.
miss something because you're like, I don't even know if I can turn around in here to
Oh
get
wow.
back to something. And then I ended up standing in line for 47 minutes. They had every check stand open and every line just stretched like halfway across the store, like deep into the aisles and stuff. It was just a total fucking nightmare.
All
Hell is
for
other people.
all for
That was
what?
hell.
For what? So that you
So
can live in
I
your house?
yeah, well now I have food. So if it gets bad, I don't have to, hike a mile over to a dairy mart to buy a heated burrito if I need
Yeah.
food.
I think
I don't know.
as long as the power stays on,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna die. Um, I guess if the water goes out and the power goes out, I'd probably be pretty fucked. But I have like some canned foods and some like macaroni and top ramen and stuff. Like you can
Yeah.
go like 2 or 3 weeks without eating technically, and you'll be like
No,
alive.
yeah. It was more like,
Not
oh
you.
shit,
You
I was
wouldn't
gonna
be
go
able
grocery
to.
shopping like early next week. Cause I usually go on Fridays, but
Yeah.
Friday was Christmas Eve. So I was like, I'll just go like on Sunday or Monday or something after work. But then I was like, well, if the fucking snow happens, I don't even know if I'll be going to work. Like I brought a laptop home from work so I can work from home Monday and Tuesday or depending on what the weather. I mean, it may not be that bad at all. Who knows? But if it gets
Yeah.
bad, I don't necessarily have to leave my house for work, so that's nice. But
Yeah, I don't know. Let me I'm gonna let's read some weather potential here.
whoa,
And I
this will
wonder
be
if
really
it's much
fascinating for
different for
everybody outside
you.
of Oregon.
I don't give a fuck. It's Christmas, bitches. Do what
Yeah,
I
you should be
want.
happy we're even here talking to you right
Yeah, if
now.
you're in California, Southern California, and you got fucking sun, you can fucking eat a dick. You're probably into porn anyway, because that's where all the fucking heathens and evil people are
Mhm.
in fucking Cali.
That's the devil's butthole down there, from what I hear.
That's right. Rain showers early with precipitation turning to a mixture of rain and snow for the afternoon, high around 40. Chance of rain 80%. Lows, yeah, I don't know. It doesn't. It's during the night. It says around 31 degrees here. Occasional snow showers, low of 31, so that's freezing. Chance of snow 50%. Accumulations less than 1 inch, so that's nothing. It might be a little icy during the
Yeah.
like evening.
Well, like for
Tuesday looks terrible. Shit.
yeah, it's supposed to start like originally they said it wasn't really the winter advisory wasn't going to start till tomorrow.
Yeah.
And they moved it up into to Saturday evening. Yeah, for us it's just like 37 and then snow. I mean, the snow is supposed to start here tonight around 7 o'clock. 5 o'clock now. See, it keeps fucking moving up. Yeah, our snow is projected to start at 5 o'clock, 70% chance. And it's gonna be 37. And then it's supposed to get down to 31 tonight, so maybe it'll actually stick. And then yeah, snow all day tomorrow is what it says. So we'll see how it goes. The problem in this area is not necessarily the snow, it's that the Eugene Springfield area is not prepared for snow, so we have very limited snow plows and stuff. So it's really the problem stems from the fact that our roads they don't get cleared when it snows, and so it makes things very difficult
Yeah.
for people listening who are like, yeah, ooh, it is. That's not much snow at all. I mean, yeah, obviously, if you live in Montana, Montana,
Montana. You ever been to Montana?
if you live up like Montana, there are places that get a lot of snow. It's like the city's prepared for it, so they have plows, they have all these things that they can use to keep things clear for people. But around here, it happens so seldomly that I think they sometimes will clear like some main roads, and that's about it. So if you live like for me, I live out in fucking Harrisburg, and so it's like 20 miles from Eugene, and
Yeah.
that's why I was like, I don't know if I'm able to make it to work. It depends on how bad these roads are out here because they're definitely not going to be getting cleared. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of one of those things where like you could go to work, but if nobody goes to work, why are you going to work? Like if
Exactly.
most of the customers can't leave, then why are you going anywhere? Um, yeah, they are shitty around Portland as well. They'll like wait like 2 days, then they might get some plows out, and then they don't de-ice because they're worried about the salt getting into everything. Even though maybe saving people from accidents is probably more important than a little
Cost
salt in the
benefit
water.
analysis you got to run, people's lives, some fucked up soil. You
Yeah,
decide.
or something like that. I mean, it's not like there's a bunch of fucking nonsense going into the soil all over the place anyway,
Mhm.
with the cars and all that. So, um, like last year, I think it was last year, we had like a foot or fucking something, and my car was stuck because the entire parking lot was screwed, and my apartment complex didn't do anything at all. And so you couldn't. I mean, people were just stuck in the fucking driveway.
Couldn't even get out of parking spaces.
Yeah, you couldn't get out of your parking space. You couldn't get out of the parking lot because there'd be cars stuck there.
Mhm.
Because dumbasses with little two-wheel drive, fucking lightweight little tiny cars just tried to jam their way through it. It was kind of funny to watch. I went on a walk and just watched people fucking just sliding all over the place, getting stuck. Also, that's the problem with intermittent, barely any snows. Nobody knows how to drive in it,
It's true.
and
Yeah.
so the roads are like all slick and icy and snowy, and then the people don't know how to deal with it, so they just get stuck, and they just get stuck in the middle of the road. It's fucking dumb. They're like, fuck it. um
Yeah. Well,
But
prepare yourself, man, because it sounds like it
I don't know what that
might
means.
get
I don't
kind
know
of
how to
nasty.
prepare myself. I'm just
Prepare
gonna
yourself to
be
just
here.
stay home and
I'm always at home.
make sure your laptop's fully charged, because there's nothing worse than your laptop dying like in the middle of this winter.
Well, that's
Actually, you know what you
if
should
the
do
power
is
goes out.
make sure you download your porn. That way you don't have to rely on an internet connection to
Mm,
stream it. So maybe you find
yeah,
a few videos that you might be interested in kind of buckling down with
yeah.
during the
I
storm
don't
that
think
you
I have
want to
any
watch.
porn. I don't have any porn on my hard drive. It's all streaming.
That yeah, exactly. I mean that, and so I'm just anybody listening right now,
Such
if
good
this gets out there
advice.
before the storm gets bad, and you're like, oh, I'll just stay home and fucking jerk off a lot, keep myself
A
warm and
lot.
occupied. And then and then you're like, fuck, my modem doesn't have any power, so I have no internet. Listen now, download it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Get that shit
But
on a
then,
hard drive.
like somebody will know I downloaded it, and I don't want anyone to know what I do. That's why I don't download it anymore. Uh,
Anymore.
I think I used to download it onto like a little tablet
Oh, there you go.
and like
This is
snuck away.
my masturbation tablet.
It used to be like so shameful to like try to get and find porn. It was all this like you had to like go to the store and go in the back room, or you had to
I
like get a
know. And
Playboy from the fucking convenience store, and you had to hope that they didn't know anybody and would tell anybody. Or and then once the internet, it was still like I was still like a teenager, so the internet was I still was hiding it. I've never grown out of the idea that I should be at least somewhat ashamed of and hide it and lock the doors and be afraid.
I felt the same way. I was always like just didn't want to ever talk about it. It was just my shameful little secret, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's like, yeah, whatever. I watch porn here and there. It's fine.
Yeah.
Fucking Pornhub exists, and it's like the most fucking popular website on the planet.
Yeah. And people are spending lots of
Yeah,
money on that shit.
everybody's just jerking off all the time, basically.
Totally.
If you
Yeah.
know a man and he claims that he doesn't jerk off, that's probably not true. I'm sure there's at least a few out there that have no interest in it, but
Especially if he
I
says
think you
that
could
without
comfortably
you
say like
asking.
95% of dudes jerk off at least weekly. So
Yeah, I would imagine. You think
yeah,
weekly? I don't know. I think there's some dudes who don't jerk off very often because they're really not, they have low libidos.
that's what I mean. I guess like maybe if you're getting older, you slow down, but when you're like a horror man, God, I can't
Horror
talk today.
male? You
Horror
fucking,
man. When
isn't
you're
that
a horror
a
man,
type of soup or something? Horror male?
horror male. There you go. I was gonna say it was if you're a hormonal young man. I mean, I feel like it's probably fucking daily. It's like a thing you just have to do, otherwise your fucking testicles are gonna explode.
Yeah, I don't think they explode.
No, but it sure might feel like it. Who knows? Blue balls.
Yeah, blue balls. That's when you're like, you like, we're gonna come and then you
Mhm.
stopped.
Yeah.
That's never a good plan.
No, you got to see it through to the end. Even if it's kind of a sad orgasm, like maybe you were getting close and something happened that distracted you, so it killed all your momentum. It's
But
like,
it
well, you
just
still got to finish,
finishes.
but it's
You're just
obviously not
crying.
going to be as powerful as it would have been had you not been distracted.
I think sad orgasm is going to be the name of my band.
Everybody's experienced a sad orgasm too, where you're just like,
Ugh,
oh,
fine.
that's kind of a lot of work for very little payoff. And I mean,
Yeah.
I feel better, like I'm coming down off my hormone rage, but also I'm not satisfied. So I'm gonna try again later.
Yeah. You just got to chalk it up. Sometimes you win
Yeah,
them, sometimes you lose them,
sometimes it's just a
and it's all
loss.
your
Yeah.
fault too. It's like you
Mhm.
just picked the wrong time.
Yeah.
It's just a bad time, and you're like, that just wasn't very good.
Or your mind like drifts somewhere random, and then
Yeah,
suddenly you're thinking about something not sexually
and
related
you're
at all. You're
like,
like, what am
oh,
I thinking about this for?
everything's
And
deflated.
mhm.
And then you're like, but I guess I'll just finish up here.
Yeah.
Move
Maybe I
on.
should go back to the pet store and buy that turtle I was looking at last week. Wait,
Yeah.
why am I thinking about
Ah,
this right
ah.
now?
And then if you do buy the turtle, all you can think about is coming on it
Yeah.
because it's all
You know when I
permanently
realized I was going to
connected.
buy you, Mr. Turtle? When I was jerking off in the bathroom
And you
last
tell
week.
you tell the turtle all the time.
Yeah. It's almost like I gave birth to you in a way.
Except for like you would give birth to a little weird hybrid baby turtle person because
Yeah.
I came on you on
Yeah.
your turtle shell. That's a real humiliating life for a turtle. The guy gets the guy with the weird fetish.
Yeah. My owner Gary,
Oh,
he only gets off if he can see the ridges of my shell and can splooge onto them. So
he tries to make
I
sure
have
not
the
to miss.
smoothest shell in the land. I have absorbed
I don't.
so many
Everybody.
male Homo sapien proteins into my shell.
Oh my god. I don't know
It's
why.
a
I think
well-oiled machine up
that's
there.
just a like a urban myth that some dude started where he's like, "Oh no, it like makes your skin smooth." Like it's not lotion. It's fucking protein,
Oh my god.
like
I
protein and liquid.
I always just tell Vanessa thank you. I'm like, hey, I just gave you a shot of protein and vitamins. You're welcome.
You mean you're welcome? Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
say
you're
thank you.
welcome. Well,
Say
I say
thank you.
thank you. I
Say thank you.
appreciate that she allowed it to happen, but
Oh, you
also
should say
you're
thank you.
welcome.
Yeah. Thank you, but also
Ooh,
like I
flu
gave you a
season's
treat.
coming around. Do you need a little boost?
Oh my god. Of a shot.
Just a shot of.
I don't know if you know this, but cures
I'm like a
fucking
superhero,
flu.
you know. You know that airborne stuff? Yeah, it's in my dick. Just shoot it up in there. You get a whole
Yeah.
immuno boost.
Call it the D variant.
Ay,
Hey.
ay, ay, ay.
Uh did anybody get the flu this year? I heard of like one person getting the flu.
I was reading an article the other day. They were like, if you have a cold, it's probably just COVID because the with the new Omicron variant,
Everything
they're
is
just
cold.
like,
Everything is
yeah, they're
COVID.
just like, like they. I was reading this thing. They're like, everybody's got a date with Omicron now because it's so contagious. They're like, you're pretty much gonna get it. Like, there's if you engage with society at all, you're gonna get it at some point because of how virulent it is, and the vaccines aren't very effective against it. So on the plus side, if you're vaccinated, it's apparently very mild if you when you get it. So
I don't know. I don't care about getting it because I feel like I'm interacting with so many people every day. If I don't
yeah,
have it, I don't know. I've either had it or I'm immune or I'm never going to get it or I'll get it because those are all the options. But
like everybody around me has gotten it, so I'm like, I probably fucking got it at
I've
some
had
point. It was
people
just
around me
so
that get it. Yeah.
mild that I didn't even fucking notice. I
I
don't
don't,
know.
yeah. I mean, the only time I felt sick in the last like 2 or 3 years was when I got the second shot for the
Right?
vaccine.
This
That's
is
the
the
worst
sickest
I
I've been in
felt.
years.
And it was like a 4 hour tour.
Yeah. I'm just don't care anymore. I'm like, just let people fucking do whatever they want. If the hospitals get overrun, then fucking get to die outside a hospital, I guess. I don't know what to say anymore. I'm just tired of listening to people complain about it. You know, like when I was in Safeway the other day, half the people didn't have masks on, even though it still says and a big fucking sign that says masks required. I'm like, this because they don't fuck. I'm sure the employees are so tired of fighting
Yeah,
people about it right
I
now.
I am. I
Exactly. It's
literally
just
like I've had so many negative interactions just by being like, hey, do you mind putting that on or blah blah blah. And it's so boring and annoying to have to fucking tell people now.
yeah.
It's like I don't care, just fucking die or don't die. I don't care.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
shop,
That's
get the
kind of where
fuck
I'm
out.
at. It's just
Um
well, the people who haven't been vaccinated, it's probably because they have no desire to do it. You're not going to be able to convince them to do it. So it's just you have a better chance of
I
convincing
just
them God's not real, probably. So it's like just fucking let
yeah.
people do whatever the fuck they're gonna do. If people want to wear masks, I encourage you to wear a mask. If you don't want to do it, then fuck it. Who cares?
Yeah, just let's get over it. Let's do something else with our fucking lives.
Yeah.
Um, there's got to be something else to fucking argue with each other
Well,
about.
the new Omicron variant they were saying is not as potent as the other ones, but it's a lot more contagious. So they said that if anything, it might actually create an opportunity for us to burn the pandemic out because it might spread so quickly through people and it might be mild enough that people aren't really dying from it like they were with the other variants. And so they said it might create an opportunity where so many people just get it and then get their natural, antibodies from having the virus. And so it might just kind of burn itself out at that point. I'm like, all right, more
Yeah.
power to you. I don't care anymore. I just don't want to listen to people talk about. I just want to listen to people talk about their freedom and their rights. I don't care.
Yeah. It's definitely getting old. What's annoying is that there are so many places where people just don't even wear masks and don't even care. And they're
Mhm.
like, I mean, maybe they have the vaccines and stuff, and people can choose to have it, but it's just not in your face, because the mask thing is like this immediate indicator of whether the person's going to wear it or not. And you can, if so, when it's mandated, the person who doesn't immediately gets singled out.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if most people aren't wearing it, or people are totally okay with not wearing it, then if people are wearing it, it's not a big deal. If they're wearing it, it's not a big deal if they're not. It's just like, if we're all connected as a country, that's not going to happen. But we're not connected as a country. That's just bullshit anyway. You
No,
can't have that many people spread across that amount of land and think that they're all going to have some fucking thing in common. Like, it's, I don't know, the whole concept of unity in large scale is odd. It doesn't really work.
it's a lie. That's what it
It's
is.
a lie.
I
It's all
just
a lie.
I just wear my mask where they ask me to. If there's a sign that says mask required, then I put my mask on.
Yeah, and I
I
don't
mean,
want to
that's all
I
there
don't
is to
want
it.
employees to be looking at me, and I don't want anybody thinking
Yeah,
about me. I want to just blend in and then fucking move on. I don't want to
exactly.
like be the guy who makes the fucking statement that is super boring. It's a very boring statement.
Well, most of them are
What's
wrong too, because it's not like an infringement on your rights. It's just you can't go into the store because they want you to wear a mask, and it's their store, it's their property. So nobody's saying you're gonna, go to jail. It's more like, hey, we have a rule in this establishment. If you don't want to follow that rule, then see you later.
Yeah. Well, and it actually has almost nothing to do with the business anyway. It has to do with the governor and the state and the regulation that they put on them. The businesses didn't come up with this shit.
Yeah.
The governor said, "I will fine your company if you don't do this." Just like any other law, any other fucking rule that the government makes, it's with a fucking gun that says, "Give me money."
Mhm.
And the businesses just want to do business. That's all.
Yeah.
They go, "Hey, what does the government make me do? I'll do that," and then that's done. So
Yeah.
if somebody wants to argue about it with a business person, with a person at a business, that's the wrong person. Go talk to the governor. Shut the
Yeah.
fuck up. Talk to the governor. Talk to Kate Brown, and fucking, she's the one that started this.
Yeah.
So fuck off.
Yep. Also,
That's
nobody cares about your fucking speech about your freedoms and your rights in America and what have you. Nobody cares.
Well, and what were they doing before? What were they? Because they just got this really easy, boring thing to argue with people about. Were they doing that before? Were they going into stores and arguing about who the
No
president
shoes, no
was?
shirt, no service. It's my fucking right to walk around in my underwear.
Well,
in
nobody cared
public.
about that. I'm trying
Yeah.
to think of literally like these people who have this major statement about uh, freedoms. What were they doing before? They weren't doing anything. So why did you just now become this fucking savior of
Crusader.
humanity?
Yeah.
You're this crusader of fucking anti-Marxist freedoms now that it's so fucking easy. It's just easy for you to not wear a mask and make a big statement about it. Like you're some fucking genius philosopher. And I think it's a delusion. Not that everyone is delusional, but I think that there are some people who just use this as this like easy virtue signal to say, I'm a fucking conservative philosopher. I'm a very smart and rebellious anti-government person. But they're not doing anything. They're not accomplishing anything. They're not revolutionizing anything. You're not changing the world. It's fucking sad.
I think most of the time
None of us
when
are.
most of them are just I feel like when they're, making these proclamations in a public space, they're talking to people like you where you're like, dude, I'm just trying to do my fucking job. I don't give a fuck. I
That's
really
what I'm
don't.
saying.
Like on a
It's they're
personal level, I don't
wrong.
fucking care.
They're talking to the wrong people.
Go fucking jerk off in your car and come
Ooh.
all over your fucking
It's
face. I
always
don't
it's
care.
always jerking off with you, Channing. Jerking off on turtles, jerking off on. I'm gonna download the porn though, but
Okay.
I'm not
You're
saying it's a
welcome.
bad idea.
Yeah.
Just saying it's like one track mind kind of situation.
I mean, it's like it's so self-felating, I feel like is kind of that's
Oh
why
well,
my analogy.
if I could do that,
Yeah.
let me imagine
Just,
it for a while.
yeah, okay.
It's
Yeah.
like I totally like we can have philosophical conversations about the government's regulations, but that's not the same as thinking you're a hero for not wearing a mask inside of a building. They're different things. There's
Yeah.
one where it's like intellectual, you're trying to come up with arguments, you're trying to think of like where this might lead and what I'm willing to do and not do. But at some point, like you're just talking, and that's fine. But at another point, you're affecting, like, employees' lives and making it harder for people. And you're just sort of making a real obvious statement that nobody is interested in hearing because they're
Mhm.
at work and they're trying to fucking get you out of there. No, it's not a social place. A fucking business like a grocery store or a fucking, like, I guess a GameStop maybe is a little more social, but they weren't open at all during this time until more recently. It's just interesting. I guess the more social places are the ones that got stopped, like
Yeah.
barber shops and, a lot of small shops. But the big stores where you have to go, they're more like practical. You just go, you get your shit, you get the fuck out.
It's like an extension of your job. It's like something you have to do to survive. It's like when I go to the grocery store, it's like I'm not really interested in having a conversation with anybody. I'm here
No, I'm
to get
not.
these things on my list and then get the fuck out of here because
Yeah.
I don't really want to be here.
I
So
don't
it's
think,
like I just
yeah,
I just smile, I say hi to the cashier, I ask them how their day is going while they're ringing my
I don't
stuff
even
up.
do
I
that.
mean, I just keep it casual, light, and then I'm out. I wish them a good day and a
Yeah.
farewell and see you later.
People like misinterpret situations as being like um social opportunities. It's like, we're not friends. We're not having a friendly conversation here.
I'm going to keep
We're
this
having a,
cordial out of
yeah,
a
it's
mutual,
cordial,
a
it's
simple
courteous.
self-respect for each other, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like, let's move on.
Yeah. If you want to have, you want to have your little philosophical argument, to have it with your friends at your house or against politicians. Go talk to them about it. They're
Or
the
just go
ones
bitch
making
about
the
it on
rules.
Twitter like the rest of the world.
Yeah,
Just
totally.
shout into the void of your echo chamber. And
I just don't read anything on Twitter. It seems like,
I honestly, so I've
I know
deleted
you
every
did.
social media account I have, and I actually haven't even the first like week or two is kind of hard. I was like, oh man, I really want to like log into Twitter and just see what's going on. And then
I
like the
don't,
longer you
yeah.
stay disconnected from it, now I don't even really think about it. I just
Yeah,
live my
it's
life,
like
I guess.
Facebook. The only things I look at are pictures and maybe
Hmm.
some videos, and I watch the Instagram like stories and stuff, reels, whatever they're called. But like, to me, if it's not entertaining, I don't really look into it. Like, if you read Twitter, you have to read like just random little tiny snippets of dumb opinions. I don't understand
Hmm.
how that's fun for people. I don't understand how you can go, that little thing that person wrote is all of that person. That's what that person believes. And that's how I'm going to judge them. It's nothing. It's tiny little phrases in one sentence and two
Well, and there's so
sentences.
much that you can't
What
get out
that's
of like
nothing.
reading a blurb, right? Because you can't read sarcasm. You can't read. I mean, it's just like if you just read a statement, it's sometimes you're like, wait, is this person joking? Is this like what is this? This is
It does. It's nothing. It's literally nothing.
yeah.
It's valueless because it's so easy. It's so small. It's so repeatable, and just you can just do a million things. It's not like somebody wrote a book, edited the book, and wanted to make some statements. Like, that's not what a
Mhm.
fucking Twitter is. So I don't get why people give a fuck about Twitter as a source of influence and a source of their stuff. Like, that's the news. But I think people think there's this value in being concise. So they're like, oh, how do I get this concept to be shortened? But it ruins the explanation and the context. So
Well, it also it's like sometimes
you're
people,
not that clever.
there's people who are like philosophers or scientists who've been studying like some particular thing for years and have like, put exhaustive amounts of research and thought into it, and then you have somebody on Twitter who's like "Burr, burr, 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 burr," in
Yeah.
like 140 characters, and you're like, well,
Hashtag
you
fake
actually
news.
don't even fucking know what you're talking about. So I don't know.
Yeah. There's like, I think people are very delusional about the differences in intelligence and the expression of intelligence in our culture. People just are so overconfident with their own opinions that they don't just check themselves. Just shut the fuck up.
Well,
Just,
it's easy
you're
to,
not
I think,
smart. I'm
to
not smart.
yeah, I mean
Obviously, listen to
but
this
it's also easy
podcast.
to say all that stuff because you're doing it behind a screen. It's not like you wouldn't go to like some public forum and then say a 3 sentence statement and then leave. You know what I mean? It's just easy to like log in and say some controversial or thing
That's
that
why
you
it's
think is
meaningless.
smart,
That's why
and then you just
it has no value because there's no weight to it. There's no consequence to it. There's nothing. It's
Mhm.
not. It's not smart. It's not meaningful. It's like a bunch of, it's like looking at the Sunday cartoon. There, you should not be getting anything from that. You should, it's either entertaining or it isn't, and then it's done. I don't
Well,
understand why people put so much stock into Twitter, and they feed it. They feed the machine that they fucking constantly talk shit about.
mhm,
Like like Facebook, everyone hates Facebook. You're feeding the dumb machine that you talk shit about and you hate all the other people on. It doesn't make
yeah.
any sense. It's just a fucking, it's a tool. It's like a bulletin board. You can choose how you interact with it. And I have those things almost entirely for mundane entertainment and for advertising myself, which I
Mhm,
think is the only reason to have any of that stuff. It's just to have a platform for an audience to find some of your work, because otherwise they just wouldn't if we
yeah.
didn't have it. um and that's my expression. My expression is of like my like I have a blog, but I don't go on the Twitter and type out every sentence of my blog individually so that no one understands it. Like I would put a link to, like, one link to my blog, and that's it. Go read it.
Mhm,
I don't want you to not like read the whole thing, or don't. I'm not
yeah.
trying to be like fucking perfectly right in my expressions. But it is important to express yourself. So I guess that's what people are doing, is they're expressing themselves, and then other people are just reacting in ways. Hello?
I'm still here.
Okay.
Where'd
It
my
just
video
says,
go?
it says chanting corn, which is awesome.
Yeah. Where'd my video go?
Zoom drop Channing's video. See if you can mess with your video settings there. Anyway, I don't know what I was getting to anyway. Just diatribe about not putting very much stock into what other people say.
Well, I mean, most of the time when I look at Twitter, it would just, it's like, I feel like I would be jumping into the middle of a conversation that was happening. And then I'd have to like go look up the thing that everybody was talking about, like it was usually some news article or something. And then I would pretty much stop reading Twitter and I would just be reading whatever news articles I was finding about what the fuck they were talking about. It was almost more of a tool just to kind of keep up with current events for me and just to see what the hell was going on in the world. It keeps telling me that Zoom is unable to detect my camera.
Hmm.
Make sure my camera is powered on and connected to my computer. Well, it's
It's
built into
literally
my computer.
in
So
there. I can't really unplug it.
yeah, let me
Technical difficulties with
and yeah, it's only for the
the YouTube.
the YouTube folks.
Yeah, it'll be good. It'll say chanting corn as
Mm-hmm.
opposed to like chanting celery or chanting
I'm all about that corn. I'm like
potato.
that undigestible thing that just passes right on through and then says hello to you in your poo.
That's a good rap.
I'm looking at my
Is it snowing yet? No, not yet.
no, not yet. You got
I'm
some time.
I'm hoping to get at least like a little bit out of the house to go. I need some like coffee and I don't
Cigarettes,
know.
some Gatorade.
To me, it's just like another day, and I wish I could just do the normal shit, but so much is gonna be closed.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess all these families can be what, opening presents and watching fucking heartwarming television.
Yeah.
Aren't the theaters open? Those are always open on
Yeah, theaters
Christmas.
are open like every day, all day.
Yeah.
They like close for a few hours in the evening, and that's about it. Yeah, when I used to work at the theater, I ended up working like every fucking Christmas, basically.
Yeah, I remember that
Because
too.
it's actually really a busy time for the theater because everybody's just sitting around at home. So
Yeah, they need a outing because they're all visiting each other, and then they go and they eat Thanksgiving part 2.
it's true. Christmas
Um,
is just Thanksgiving meal again. Where the fuck is my camera on this stupid thing?
I don't know. Do you want to stop and then we can restart and see if that does it?
Will that mess with your file though? Or I
Yeah, it'll
guess you'll
just
have
give
to
me 2 files. I
just have
don't
to
care.
splice them together. Okay, yeah,
It's
maybe we'll try
fine.
disconnecting real fast and then see if that works. I was just trying to
Yeah,
find the camera settings and see if it just got disconnected or
why don't
something.
you disconnect, like end, and I'll keep the meeting going. Just join back up into it.
Okay.
See if that does it. I don't know. While we're waiting, I'm gonna do a screen share, and we'll take a look at my desktop here. Look at this. That's a little picture I took. Isn't that exciting? Let's go to my, oh, hello.